Hey, what's up? It's the normal playing guy, and fantastic news. We have more of the 10th anniversary part 2 characters. So let me know what you've been summoning for. Obviously, this guy is going to be the coup de grace, the cream of the crop. He is going to be the main unit, much like Vegito, and I can imagine it's probably going to be the same. Looks like it, because of course you start off with Goku, go to Vegeta, can have a fusion. And same thing, this time it's Vegeta goes to Goku, can have a fusion. But hey, they're pretty nuts. They're also 250%, right? So, it's getting insane. So, without further ado, we're going in. This will be a case of not who to summon for and how you should summon, but we will just give a review and then we'll touch over at the very end how you build him and his teams. So successors, fuse fighters and pure saiyans are full 200% for HP and attack 170, but everyone gets the additional 50%, making HP 250 for those who belong to gifted warriors or fusion. So in particular, Vegeta looks nice with pure saiyan and gifted warriors, his family in that one. In some case, fuse fighters would be really good for probably fuse fighters would be good in general alongside fusion, but it's going to be difficult to blend gifted warriors and fusion into any of these. You could also choose pure saiyans. The 3rd anniversary units will also incorporate this. Most Vegetos will be incorporated into this, would be really nice. Anyway, basically, there's your basic effect. 5 key to 100%. So, yeah, okay. Coming in at 55%, 11,500 defense, 17,700 attack. 1 dupe, should you be lucky. Nearly 14,000 defense, nearly 20,000 attack. So this guy is pretty monster. Receives an additional 3 key per rainbow key sphere. Okay, so since rainbows are few and far between, you can probably get 1 or 2, then that'd be nice. Just 1 will net you 4 and 2 would end up netting you 6. It's pretty insane. Successes or fusion, 1 key 40%. Defense. That's nice. So lots of rainbow key here. Not necessarily per type, but definitely per rainbow. For your first 3 turns, you get 300%. Jesus. Okay, 300% defense in guards all attacks. Slot 1. When attacking, you get 200% attack and double the defense. So you get 200%. It's going to quadruple, then it's going to double. That's insane. Slot 1 for sure. With 10 or more key, you apply the super excellent effect. When 20 or more, guaranteed super attack. So super attack, stacks attack, 20% raise on attack, and then a 50% for your defense. Your 18 key greatly stacks attack, it's a 50% raise, and greatly raises defense 50% for the turn. Nice! So you're going to stack that attack. As the 2nd or 3rd attacker, however, guards all attack, right? For the first 3 turns you guard, but normally as the 2nd or 3rd attacker you still guard. Additional normal, 70% chance to get that stack. From the 4th turn you can switch. Okay, and by the way, as you may have guessed, if you have the Vegito, you can switch on the fly anytime you want. So long as you hit the 4th turn, then you can just spam that and you can continuously just flip between. So, like the Vegito, when you switch to Vegeta, he was very defensive. He stacked his defense, and I wonder if Goku's going to be the same. Like, this is for the first few turns, Vegeta's going to be number 1. He has 200%. He guards and has a retarded amount of defense, which is what we want to see. That is huge. For slot 1, this is exactly it. But then, of course, it goes further with this. However, past the 3 turns, he has this, which is really nice. Okay, because when you attack, you'll have that, which will kind of compensate for the lack of this, per se, from the first few turns. So huge power here. So let's see. The fusion. We'll touch on to this. The fusion, by the way, will be Gogeta, because if you fuse when you switch to Goku, it does the same thing, but you can have another version of it. So normally, when the 4th turn pops up, you can switch willy-nilly with this guy, and we'll see what this guy can do, because there's 2 fusions on this. So this guy, yeah, you can swap. 5 key, 200% to stats. Okay, so it's the same. Additional 3 key per rainbow. Okay, yeah. Successors of fusion, 1 key, 40% attack. Okay. You get 100% to attack. No defense, but you do have a 70% chance to do a super attack. You do have 200% defense when you get an attack. Your super attack effects stack defense. Okay, so same principle as Vegito. Stack defense, that is a 20% raise when it stacks. 50% to attack, and then 50% raise, 50% to attack. So definitely you want to swap to this guy as quick as you can to get those stacks in, right? To get those defensive builds. This guy, when you have 10 or more key, he has 10% to dodge. Okay. 20 or more key, additional super attack. Good for getting those stacks in. As the first attacker, he guards with a 70% chance to dodge. So you have a 70% chance to dodge. You have 10 key, that actually becomes 80% to dodge. Now, like LRUI Goku, there is a massive difference from 70 to 77%, I believe. I could be wrong, it actually could be the STRUI, but ultimately they have a small increase of, it's only like 7%, but that 7% takes them up to like 80% in that territory, and that's a huge difference, statistically, mathematically. So I like how this guy, he stacks your defense, and then he dodges, whilst also guarding. So you have an 80%. I mean, the chances of you having 10 or more key is guaranteed because the guy has 5 key and you're coming in with 3 plus links plus orbs. You ain't going to come out with less than 12, period. So, yeah, you're going to have 80% and you're going to have all this stacking power. Okay, so really good. Switch to this guy, get going. So, these guys in particular have 2 fusions. We have Veku, which is the failed fusion, arguably the best fusion, and then of course it's basically Kung Fu Panda, and then of course we have Gogeta. So in this particular one, when you enter the attacking turn, before or after, then you can turn into Veku, I believe is the official name. It only lasts for a turn, and it's going to take priority over Gogeta, funny enough. If you have him in Vegeta form, he will switch to Gogeta. If you have him in Goku, this one will appear first. But it's not without any, it's not as if it's terrible. You delay a target's attack, but you guarantee dodge for the entire turn. So you can enter a particular rotation or save it, right? So you need to go your 4th turn so you can get the, you can do the reverse. If you're against a crappy rotation, and you're going to have a lot of attacks in a particular slot, and you're going to get hit with a super attack, or there's just a lot of attacks, you pop it, and you're just going to dodge everything. So that alone is just niche, which is really nice. From here, you can fuse into Gogeta, however it doesn't show, so I'll have to click on this. So the Gogeta one, 5th turn, and you can do it before or after any exchange. However, if you do exchange back to get this guy straight away. What does this guy do? I'm excited. Fully recover your HP. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. 5 key, 300% stats. Okay, really nice. 4 key per rainbow key sphere. Whoa. Guards. Damage reduction, 60%. Nice. Nullifies negative effects. That includes being locked, so you can move about, so he unlocks himself if the enemy locks you. I'm curious to know if the negative effect, the one where Red Zone Broly can cancel dodge. I'm curious if you can cancel dodge. But it has stuff like you can unlock yourself. You're immune to attack and defense lowering. So those big bosses don't really get you much. 2 ultra super attacks. I'm willing to bet the only super attack is his ultra, because that's Vegito. Oh, shocker! Of which, by the way, massively raises. That's what we're talking about. That was a fat, juicy butcher's sausage right there. Massively raise attack and defense. Right, guaranteed crits, successes or fusion, 2 key 40% to both attack and defense. 100% on attack, that basically doubles the attacking power, and then you get 100% defense on hit. Every rainbow key sphere gives you a stupid amount of attack, and you get damage reduction 5%. That seems a bit short-changed, considering that you don't really. It's not a rainbow warp changer. Not like you can't get help, but he's not a rainbow warp changer. Realistically, you can only ever get 5, so the maximum is 25% damage reduction. Yeah, okay, that's 250% attack, and he's going to be hitting like 100 million, sure, but you're not going to get 5. You're just not. He's not a rainbow warp changer. That damage reduction of 25% is not great. I'll be honest, that feels a bit cheap. He does, however, see the enemy super attack. That is nice. So this unit shouldn't be the one to get you killed. Why do I feel like this is actually terrible? What the? This is. The only good thing is, this guy will stay around. Unlike Vegito, who is a 1 turn only. Yes, his crit counters become absurd. Every counter becomes, you get like basically crits and they get stronger, and he ends up with like a 10 million crit counter, which is insane. While this guy is permanent, don't get me wrong, I feel like he's a bit weak. Sorry, that being said, theoretically, you start off with Vegeta, you quickly switch to Goku, you stack that defense, right? And then you switch. My question is, you need this guy quick. Very difficult content. You ain't gonna last. You ain't gonna stall out long enough to be able to build up. Sorry. So you need this. And for which case, that's not going to be good enough. I mean, okay, massively raises attack and defense. Really nice. You can't use this. I mean, I suppose you could use it in slot 1. Bear in mind, he has damage reduction. Okay, he has damage reduction of 60%. So you get 2 rainbow warps, it's 70% damage reduction. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I just feel like the others have more in the highlighted bit there than this. I mean, his basic effect is a lot, right? I mean, he does this period just by showing up. Guaranteed crits, 2 super attacks, like guaranteed 2 additional super attacks. So by the way, you do your super attack, that massively raises stats as a 100% raise, and then you do that 2 more times with a 60% damage reduction. Alright, maybe I'm going a bit too harsh, maybe. No doubt this guy is a freak. He's going to be better than Vegito, only purely because he stays around. Vegito is, you want him forever because he's a freak. The fact that he can just tank and then he just kicks everyone out of cockiness and just counters and he just destroys the enemy. But like this guy, whoosh. I mean, they're probably going to be best of fellas. Yeah. Okay, so, and I wonder if there'll be a super easy A for the physical LR. Maybe. I could be wrong. Okay, so links and teams. You can pause it on here, but some of the more interesting ones I see here are Connected Hope, Successors, Gifted Warriors, Time Limit Fusion, Final Trump, Worthy Rivals, Mastered Evolution. These are some that you could really use a lot of help with. Who do we have in this form? Well, what do you look at this? The worst LR, the worst anniversary unit in the game. Sure, Vegito comes out. plenty of teams there. This guy, yeah, pretty good, right? Let's see. This guy's also pretty solid. Super AGL. Recent Easy A. This particular Gogeta is pretty busted too. Can be good. Can be good. Let's see. Yeah, okay. You can make a case. You can, because this is the saving grace for the unit. The unit otherwise is terrible, but he is brilliant. No doubt about that. If we just switch to the Saiyans in particular, who are the people who they link up with? Yeah, of course, it's the Vegito, no doubt. Anniversary units from last year, no doubt, those are still really good. Offensive stacking, defensive stacking, going to be really good. 200% as well for Super Saiyans, why not? Yeah, we'd add 200% for Powerful Comeback, why not? 200% for, I think it's Brain War. 180% LR Easy A. So there's a lot of, recent Easy A, last year's celebrated worldwide joint celebration unit. Pretty good, right? Lots of really, really strong. I think really it's going to be about it. Real quick, how would you build them? You could probably go... See, that's difficult because Goku's got dodge, but this guy doesn't. But Gogeta doesn't have dodge. But you could go additionals because, well, he massively raises. No, I would say it's a bit of blend of everything. And you could argue a little bit more in the way of additional because Gogeta would have potentially a hidden potential system of four massively raise attack and defense, which would probably put him in mortal realm. I bet you launch would still kill you though. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Pretty astonishing unit. Currently, I'd say he's way better than Gohan. Don't get me wrong, he's a 220% for full power. But no, stand aside, this unit's coming through. Of course, it's the main unit, it's got his own standalone banner. Right, anyway, that's it, long enough. Thank you very much for watching. You can let me know who you're summoning for. I bet this is going to be top of the list. But anyway, thank you very much. I will see you on the one last other video. Otherwise, ta-ta and bye-bye.